There we
There
go.
he is.
That's better.
There
I got it
he
now. I figured
is.
it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, imposter syndrome is funny. I've always felt like that when I'm labeled as a broadcaster, because I don't know about being a broadcaster. I actually don't even know about conducting an interview, really. I'm just shooting the with you. But when people are like, oh, you should do that, that's a thing you should do, I really don't know that that's even true. I have not a clue. It always throws me for a loop. I always
No,
feel like I'm like a bullshit
you've
liar.
done famously for yourself. I remember when you first got there, and I was always like, she needs to do commentary. And it wasn't so much
So
that I
you did
thought,
that to me.
no. See, it wasn't so much that I thought you were brilliant at commentary. I'd never heard you comment, but knowing at the level the commentary was and who was always there, I was
Yeah.
always just change up,
Yeah.
like do something different. Like I'm begging you.
Well, that's sort of the problem with that too, is as much as I was a huge advocate for that as well, of like, let's change, let's make it a little bit different. And then they're like, fine, but they don't actually want the change. And then
Yeah.
you're stuck there
And
going,
then
whoops,
you
whoops,
realize you got the
Daisy.
headset on and you're like, oh my God, like
What
what is
the
I'll
yeah.
never forget the look on Michael Cole, especially Jerry Lawler, because I was seated next to Jerry Lawler. I had just narrowly avoided surgery on my hip. Here's a great story for you. So it's like 2 days before my birthday. I'm wrestling on the Bragging Rights pay-per-view. We're in either St. Paul or Minneapolis, Minnesota, Target Center. I don't know. And it's cold in the building. And I ran like 6 miles. That was my workout in the morning. And I look back now thinking like, man, on days you wrestled, you really didn't need to work out, you know?
No.
So I wrestle, or so I go running. I do my 6 miles, and I can't get warm and I can't get loose for this match. And I tear my gluteus medius muscle, which apparently is very, very hard to tear. I remember, what did I do? Oh, Edge gave me his suplex where he bumps me on my belly.
Mm-hmm.
So I land, it feels like a rubber band and my hip pops. And then I'm supposed to do a leapfrog to avoid his spear, and I can't jump. Like I'm just, and I get back, and Dean Malenko's like, "Oh, it looks like you're hurt. You okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like something exploded in my hip." But anyway, I flew to Nashville to get surgery, and the doctor was like, "How did you get in here?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I walked, and he was like, "If you tore your glute medius," he's like, "you're not going to be walking as well as you are." He puts me in his MRI machine, which is way more high tech than whichever one I got previous. And then he gets me into his office, and he's got 2 computer screens, and he shows me both MRIs. And the first MRI, he's like, "You see this? It looks torn off the bone." He's like, "And you see mine, this white area?" He's like, "It's just torn." He's like, "I'm not operating on you. You just need to do physical therapy and rehab, and you'll be fine." And I was stoked because that meant I'm not getting cut. No surgery is bueno. And then I could just go home and off until, I needed that refresher. I needed to be
Mm-hmm.
off TV. I
Isn't that
needed to
crazy how
relax.
people like you get it and get like an injury like that? You're like, okay, as long as I don't need surgery, it just
Like,
means I can have a little bit of time off. Great.
thank God.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
remember when Paul London broke Chavo's face, and Chavo was like so stoked because it was an injury that enabled him to still be able to do everything. He could still work out. He can go running on the beach. He can swim. He could do everything. His face was just broken. And he was so excited because he was like, "Yeah, I'm not in a sling. I don't got ACL surgery, nothing." He's like, "Dude went on vacation, you know?"
Yeah.
So I get home, and Vince calls me, and he's like, "I heard you didn't need surgery. That's great. Sending you a plane ticket. We're going to have you do commentary until you're ring ready." And I was bummed because I didn't want to fly.
No.
I didn't want to do the physical therapy with anybody in WWE, but I did. And I remember the first night on commentary, Vince started yelling in my headset, and I was like, and I elbowed Lawler, and I was like, I wrote a note to him. I was like, "Which is the volume button?" And he pointed to it, and I turned it all the way down, and his face, he was like, and like when we took the headsets off after the show, he was like, I was like, did you not know you could do that? He's like, I mean, I knew I could do that. He's like, but we're going to get yelled at. And Vince never said anything to me. Another funny story. I was doing commentary with Josh Matthews one time, and Cena took the monitors off the table and they broke the table, and he chased Wade Barrett out of the thing. And we couldn't see because we had no monitors. And Vince yelled, call what's on the monitors, call what's in the monitors. And Josh, live on the air, goes, we don't have any monitors. And I was like, yes. Yes.
There's nothing better than a moment of like real reality like that during the show. It's the absolute best. Hi guys! To stay in on the know on all things oral sessions, please like, subscribe, share, pass off the word to your mother, your father, a friend, a grandfather, a grandmother, somebody at the grocery store, whoever you want. Keep spreading the good word. Please help to support your girl and subscribe. Just hit the button. Just hit the button and subscribe to Oral Sessions.